Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another lovely episode of the Cold Brew Wrestling Podcast, where we are going to make some nice, heavenly, cold brewed takes on today's episode. First of all, I want to get into this whole YouTube situation. We're going to talk a little more about wrestling later on the program, but we are going to talk about YouTube. There is a man by the name of Corey Kenshin. I'm sure most of you have heard of him by now. He's made the popular video called YouTube, Racism and Favoritism. And, quite frankly, I have to agree with a lot of things that he's saying. He's making some very good points. And I can go over what he said. I'll try to make it short, but I'm pretty sure most of you guys heard his story. He uploaded a gaming video. It's a scary one, I think. I don't know. I'm not going to be one of those fake YouTubers who pretend that he knows or I know who he is. I'm not going to pretend like I know what's going on. I'm not going to pretend like I know who he is personally. I'm not going to pretend like I've seen him for years, because this is the first time I've actually seen him. This is the first time I'm hearing his name. This is the first time I am coming to his channel. And so he posted this viral video. It's gone super viral. And, it's gone viral because a lot of the stuff he says just feels true. A lot of the stuff he says doesn't feel wrong at all. A lot of things I agree with. And so you have so many people looking onto this thing, and you would think by now we would get a reaction or answer by a corporate like YouTube. But YouTube is notoriously known not to be public about stuff. They're not really public about anything. It seems like the only human interaction you get with YouTube, I think I've said this before, is on Twitter. When you're asking help on Twitter, they'll help you, just not the way you'd like to be helped. You'll ask questions, and then they'll send automated robotic answers to your feedback. I think that's the most annoying thing about that. And it's so weird how Twitter's the only place where you can get a reaction. Not by email, not on other social media pages, just Twitter. You can't even get your own help on YouTube, the platform itself. That's how bad it is with the cooperation going on between the business of YouTube and the content creators that makes YouTube what it is today. And ever since YouTube's been sold to the death machine of Google, it's just gone to a business, corporate, module. It's just turned evil. It's turned more business than people. And it's sad. It's disappointing. They're focusing on so many other things within themselves instead of helping the content creators. But anyways, so Corey here, he makes a gaming video. And so for whatever reason, it gets age restricted. And there's when people make reaction videos to something like this, they often compare their situations to the video. Like I've seen Mark Spicedy or whatever his name is make a video in regards to YouTube racism and favoritism, and he talks about not just about the Corey Kenshin thing, but he talks about his own experiences. And I feel like a lot of YouTubers are just trying to make it about themselves when it really should be about Corey. Not saying that Spicedy, or however you say his name, I don't know. I'm not the hugest fan of him. I've seen the video entirely, but it just kind of runs off like he's trying to, I don't know. The thing I hate about YouTube is that people make a lot of videos on there, and they compare reaction videos to themselves a lot of times, and then they talk about themselves and talk about their own experiences. And unfortunately, when it comes to videos like YouTube racism and favoritism, you're going to have a lot of people reacting to it. Some are going to be genuine, and some are people who are just going to jump on the trendy train just to make a quick buck because they're able to monetize their videos. They know that's going to get them a couple million views, and they know they're going to get a good payday out of it. That's why some people are responding to this, which is heavily annoying. But me reacting to this, I am not going to be one of those people, I can assure you. I do genuinely agree with everything about Corey. So anyways, he makes a video gameplay. It gets age restricted. So what he does is he goes to talk to his YouTube rep, and God, I wish I had a YouTube rep because that would help figure out what's wrong with my main channel, but I've partially given up on it. So he goes on YouTube, he searches up the same gameplay videos, and he notices content creators like Markiplier. He notices all sorts of other content creators making the same video, and they're all not age restricted. Anyone can see them. So, he goes to his YouTube rep. YouTube rep tells him that, hey, it could be a little small portion of the video at the end of his gameplay. So he edits it or whatever. And so it's still a big issue for whatever reason. And so Corey mentions, well, I have the same thing as Markiplier does. Not to throw Markiplier under the bus because, it's easy to get Markiplier mentioned. Well, if something is not going on with him, why isn't something not going on with him, Not saying that he should be a target of everything or whatever, but it's kind of weird that, like, Markiplier can get away with things, but some other people cannot. Anyway, so Corey Kenshin eventually was able to get his video not age restricted, only for a couple of days. A couple days later, the video gets age restricted, along with Markiplier's video getting age restricted as well. And it's at that point, it's where it's like, yo, how come Corey's getting punished first? How come Corey is getting these restrictions first? How come this is happening to him first? Why not Markiplier when Markiplier's had the video longer or whatever? Or all these other content creators who probably had the video longer? It just doesn't make sense, because when you go on YouTube and you search up gameplay and you see it's okay that other YouTubers are posting it and they don't have a problem, you would assume that when you're making the same video and putting your own twist into it, that it would be okay as well. But for whatever reason, it's not, and that's just problematic right there as is. So that's the situation going on with Corey, and unfortunately, it's also just different things that's been leading up to this video as well. And it's a shame. It's a complete shame of what's going on with the YouTube algorithm, because I feel like YouTube has been attacking smaller channels, and I have been affected. And I know I said this earlier, a lot of YouTubers are comparing their situations to Corey's situation. And I'm not trying to jump on the trendy train or anything, but I've been dealing with YouTube the past 6 months or whatever, since April. I've been dealing with them since April, and they've demonetized my channel for reused content. My main channel is nothing but a gaming channel. I have Minecraft, WWE, a little bit of Spider-Man, a little bit of Marvel. That's about it. A little bit of Fortnite. So I'm just a gaming channel, and I put my webcam, I edit them for hours, and I make them about 20 minutes or whatever, and I post it on the YouTubes. And, that's something popular gaming channels do. There's a lot of popular gaming channels that just records the video game, put their faces on there, does their little edits, and calls it a day, and they get paid for it, right? I'm doing just that. I'm a gaming channel. I upload it onto my channel, and I've been doing this for years now. So when they struck me with reused content, I was like, what? Let me fix my channel. Let me delete whatever videos that may seem a little sus. Let me delete anything that has anything to do with reused content. And YouTube wants to make sure their content creators are making it about themselves by putting, your webcam on videos and whatnot. And that's what I've been doing. So I deleted videos that doesn't have my face. I've been deleting videos that doesn't have my commentary. I've been deleting videos that does not involve me. That's over thousands of videos that I've, deleted. I downloaded it, but my computer did not like it. So it deleted a lot of my old videos. So it makes me a little sad, but deleted a lot of my old videos. I was able to re-upload like 200 of them on my other channel, but it's whatever. Anyways, this is a tough one for me. But I've renovated my channel. I made it up to par in regards to their monetization policies. And still to this day, even me making better videos than I was before, because the past couple of videos that I've been uploading on my main channel, I've put a lot more effort just to try to show YouTube like, hey, I am genuine about this, but it's not working. I have been reapplying to their monetization policies, or no, not policies, but just their monetization in general. I keep getting denied. I keep asking them on Twitter, hey, I'm denied. What gives? Then they tell me to make an appeal video. I make an appeal video. I describe what I do. They give you 5 minutes to talk about what you need to do. They give you 5 minutes to make a video to appeal. So they want you to describe how you make videos. They want you to tell them how you edit videos. They want you to tell what your channel's about and why you disagree with them. And to me, that's in 5 minutes, I cannot do that. 5 minutes is such little time to show them how I record, how I edit, what I do, why I do, and why I disagree with them. And it's pathetic that I have to do that only to get denied. And I hardly doubt a real person looks at this stuff, because they claim on YouTube that, yeah, a real human looks over your channel and decides whether your channel is monetizable. Man, that's a weird word. Monetizable? Monetizable. And I just get denied. All of this year I've been getting denied. And it's so horrible. So I've been searching it up on Twitter of reused content, and I'm not the only one. Every day there's people asking asking YouTube, what's up with this reused content? My videos are made by me. I'm the one making them. I'm not stealing from anyone. Same thing here. I'm not stealing from anyone. And it's a whole mess, a whole problem in YouTube. It's horrible. I don't know what's going on over there. A lot of people are just on the same boat as I am. And then there's a lot of different things going on YouTube. And the algorithm is broken. And racism and favoritism does take effect, because smaller channels are just getting hurt from this. Smaller channels just aren't getting a chance. And it's a shame that YouTube has driven away from the people. They've driven away from being an actual community. And I feel like I saw a comment under Corey Kenshin's video of a person saying YouTube better get their act together. This kind of thing is not okay, and they can't keep getting away with it. I agree. And there's also another comment that says, if there was a competition, if YouTube had a competition, for example, if Dailymotion was the next big thing, if there was another video platform that was as good, if not better, of a community to get together, YouTube would actually listen to their people. Oh, and I saw that comment, I'm like, bingo, that is exactly what's going on. That is accurate. There's a lot of websites, a lot of social media pages, like Facebooks, Instagrams, Twitters, a whole lot of social media pages, Snapchats, apps. They're competing with each other. TikToks, whatever it may be. Ever since TikTok lifted off, now Instagram's got Reels, Snapchat's got Stories. I mean, Snapchat's had Stories, but now Snapchat has an algorithm where they have short videos that you can get addicted to watching. So many platforms now have similar features, but there's no other social media page like YouTube. And if there was another page that was like YouTube but better, YouTube would be forced to listen to those people. You know, Mixer and Twitch. Twitch is prime. Twitch is the #1 streaming platform to go to. Microsoft invented Mixer and it did not go well. Of course, Microsoft is a big name. Mixer is just not what it is or what it should be. Twitch was just a lot easier to handle. Twitch is everything you need it to be, but they also have a bit of a broken algorithm. And there's another thing going on Twitch. I'm not going to pretend like I know this man. I don't know his name. I got to search it up. But there is a dude out there who got banned on Twitch. I don't know what it's for, and I should have probably have researched it before actually talking about it. Twitch banned. I don't know if I know I see him on the Twitter machine all the time, but there's a man who got banned on Twitch, and so he's complaining on Twitter and all that. Rightfully so. I don't know why he got banned, but I'm going to assume it's because of a dumb reason. And so there is this lady Twitch streamer who got on there, and she was getting a massage. Not just a massage. She was getting happy. She was getting I'm trying to make this PG. YouTube has a strict algorithm where you got to be nice and PG on their videos, so you can't exactly say the words you want to say. There's a girl that was getting hit from behind on live stream while she was playing a video game. You could see what was going on in the reflection of a guy behind her having a time of his life. And you could tell it's happening. She's making the faces. She's making the noises. She's awfully a little quiet on her stream. And that gets her banned for a week. Just a week. So it's like, how come she gets banned for a week for doing something that you guys strictly prohibit versus a guy who's probably dubbed the littlest thing on there and he gets banned? I'm trying to search up what happened. I'm trying to search it up, but all I'm seeing is this girl. I don't want to see her. She don't look good. No offense to her, but she don't look good taking it. Sorry. Twitch users outraged after NSFW stream result in 7 days. Yes, there's many stuff going on the social medias. I think I found the dude, but I don't see the name. You're gonna have to give me a moment here. It's just so weird. So weird that these business-like platforms are just, I don't know. Business-like platforms are just playing favoritism and racism. It's horrible. I think I found the dude. I'm gonna have to look up his Twitter. I'm on his YouTube channel, but I can't tell if it's him because it's not his Twitter account. So I'm going on his. There it is. Yep, I found him. He made a video about it, but I can't listen to the video or anything. I don't even know how to say his name. All right, well, that's his YouTube. That's his stuff. If you're watching on video, you see it. I'm gonna pronounce it. Jidon. I don't know how to say it. Don't know how to pronounce it. Don't want to get it wrong. But it's just dumb. This whole Twitch thing is dumb. This whole YouTube thing is dumb. Anyways, that's what's going on YouTube and Twitch. YouTube is disappointing. They've been attacking so many different types of people. They've been attacking small channels and not giving them a chances. They've been attacking people like Corey. They've been so much more. There's so much more going on behind the scenes of YouTube, and I'm pretty sure we could list it all and make a whole video about it, but it's disappointing. So is Twitch. It's like we're starting to lose faith in these things, and it's disappointing because a lot of people have their lives depended on YouTube and Twitch. A lot of people make a living off these platforms. So when something dumb happens like that, you feel betrayed, you feel neglected, it hurts. It hurts you mentally. And that is not what a community should be doing. And I'm so glad a lot of people are backing up Corey. I'm so glad that a lot of people are reacting to this. But I don't think anything's going to happen with YouTube or Twitch. I don't think anyone from the corporate side is going to make a video in response to it. I don't think they're going to address any of the situations going on. Both YouTube and Twitch have been hiding. They have not come out of their shells, and they're going to continue bearing this as much as they can, and they're just going to ignore it. They're going to ignore it, move on, and do what they've been doing, and just make it harder and harder on the platform over the years. Because that's what it's been like since the pandemic. Everything's just gotten rougher and rougher. No explanation. No explanation whatsoever other than it's a dumb business module, it's a dumb corporation, and I would love to see what it's like behind the scenes. I would love to go to their corporate offices, and I would love to just understand what's going on there. I would love to understand the meetings. I would love to understand what is happening, because it just doesn't make sense. All right, wrestling. All right, guys. If you don't care for YouTube topics, goodbye. I will see you guys next time. Wrestling fans, how are you? Hello. There is some stuff going on in AEW, buddy. So, AEW has a game called Fight for the Fallen that will be coming out soon. Well, not soon enough, but soon. And for whatever reason, there's been news coming out that FTR is not going to be in the video game. Now, it is not said why. We do not know why they have been removed from the video game. Because they were initially in the game as build characters. But now they've been removed. And it's just, you're rubbing them the wrong way by doing that. Because FTR is the best tag team going on in today's generation. Yes, there are other great tag teams. Yes, you can say the Young Bucks are great. And they are in their own rights. There's different tag teams out there that are great in their own rights. But FTR is the ones that can go the distance. FTR is the ones that fight forever. Literally fight forever. Crowd will be chanting fight forever every time they get in that ring. So it is so weird why a popular tag team with a strong fan base is getting booted from the video game without explanation. Now, I don't want to jump into conclusions. I don't want to say this or that. It could be because they may want them to be as DLC. It could be because they want people to spend money to get these characters. Who knows? But for now, as we only have a little to the story, people have been just making random assumptions, and people have been wanting FTR to go back to WWE now that Triple H has been under control. And rightfully so. But at the same time, I'd rather be patient on that. I'd rather wait till we get the full story. I'd rather wait till we understand what's going on. And I'd rather understand where WWE is starting to head to. Because right now, even WWE is still making the progress that it's been. It's not fully there yet, but maybe within the year, the product does get better. It seems like it's getting better and better. I'm not going to deny it. Oh, I just dropped my little pot figure on my keyboard. It seems like they're on a train that's going upwards, and it's perfect. But will there be a point where the train goes downwards, and will there be a point where WWE is getting stale again? We do not know. So you got to be patient with these kinds of things. You can't just jump on board without knowing what the future will determine. You don't want to jump way too early without understanding where you're heading to, So And that's the thing about the wrestling world is you got to be patient. You got to be patient with a whole lot of things going on. You got to be patient with yourself. You got to be patient with stories. You got to be patient because wrestling, even though wrestling is on every week and we get stuff done a lot quicker that way, you still got to be patient. That's just how it is. And a lot of people are not patient. And it's kind of annoying because they jump to conclusions way too quickly, only to be proven wrong. And it's just so frustrating. Sometimes it's frustrating to be a fan on Twitter or whatever, and you're just like, next thing you know, you're arguing with people. There's also some stuff going on between Sammy Guevara and Eddie Kingston. So there's this promo that Sammy Guevara did on Rampage, and the promo did not end up being on the live show or anything when it premiered on TNT. It got cut actually because of the situation that escalated. So Sammy Guevara called Eddie Kingston fat, and he compared the crowd about how they're all fat, just like Eddie Kingston or whatever. And Eddie Kingston was not a fan of that. So there's a backstage what's that word? Nope. I'm trying to say it. It's not coming up to the top of my mind. Anyways, there's beef backstage between them two. And supposedly Kingston attacked Sammy or whatever. We don't know the full story, so we can't really jump to that conclusion. But it did lead to Eddie getting a 2-week suspension. Granted, I believe the match is still happening at All Out with Sammy Guevara and Eddie Kingston. Hopefully they have settled their differences. But it's interesting because it just shows that characters and superstars or wrestlers or whatever you want to call them, they do have their own creative input, and it seems like things are less scripted at AEW. So promos, of course, are cutting edge. They're great. And it just seems like sometimes people have been pushing a little bit too far. For example, the CM Punk thing when he called out Adam Page. After that CM Punk promo with Jon Moxley, before he lost that title, a lot of fans were attacking CM Punk. But it just, to me, feels like kayfabe. To me, it feels like maybe nothing's actually going wrong in the backstage of AEW. It feels like a lot of people have just been jumping to conclusions because people love to do that in the wrestling world. It's so weird. People have been just jumping, and next thing you know, there's false rumors going on, and just you don't know what to believe in anymore. And that's when the kayfabe is real, baby. Wrestling never gets old. But wow, yeah, CM Punk lost less than 5 minutes to Jon Moxley. And a lot of people have been jumping to the conclusion where, CM Punk's just in it for himself. Oh, yeah, what Jon Moxley said was true. CM Punk is only in it for the money. I've been seeing a lot of dumb stuff on Twitter. And to see Punk losing in 5 minutes to Mox just proves everyone wrong, baby. Wow, that really shows Punk is in it for himself, doesn't it? I've never seen a Punk squash match like that. You have not when Punk was like top tier wrestler, not when Punk has all these fans, because 20 or not 20, I can't say 20 years ago, but like 15 years ago or whatever, you can't say CM Punk had the strongest fan base. Now, ever since his pipe bomb in 2011, he's got the strongest fan base in the world, but you've never seen him get beat that quickly ever since. It is fascinating how that happens, right? In it for himself. That's just starting to sound more BS and BS. Yeah, but that's when kayfabe gets real, baby. But people don't understand that. But then again, you don't know what is and is not true, especially in AEW. Especially with the MJF rumors going on. If MJF doesn't show up to Dynamite before All Out, or if he doesn't show up to All Out, or if he doesn't show up the week after All Out, I've seen a report that says he might just get released. He might get fired or whatever. I'm like, what? maybe this is true. Maybe it's not true. Kayfabe is real, baby. Kayfabe is getting too realsies, ain't it? I just love it. You just love to see it. You just love to see all this kind of different stuff happening in AEW. Wrestling is getting better. By the way, I got the RK Bro 420 shirt when it first came out, by the way. I wonder, do they still sell it? Because when this shirt first came out, it was supposed to be an exclusive, like, limited time only. Get this shirt now before it's too late. So I'm going to go on Shop WWE. I haven't been on there in so long. Typically, I like to get my wrestling shirts at Hot Topic when they're cheap. Oh, yeah. If you want cheap wrestling shirts, once a month or whatever, go to Hot Topic, search up wrestling shirts, search up your size, and you might find a shirt for $8 or whatever. Like shirts that are just need to get out of their warehouse or whatever. Dude, worth it. That's just a little advice. That's where I got my Super Click. That's where I got a couple Bullet Club shirts. Dude, $8, not bad for wrestling shirts, especially with good designs on there. Anyways, RK Bro on WWE Shop.com or ShopWWE.com. I'm not seeing RK Bro on here. I am not seeing RK Bro whatsoever. So maybe this was a limited edition shirt. Riddle? Let's see if I can find something. Nope, it's still there. Gosh darn it. Alright, so apparently this shirt was like limited edition or whatever, but I'm only to be shown proven false. It's selling for $27.99, but you can put in a code for make it $21. Expensive. I don't typically buy shirts this price. Sometimes when I go to a wrestling show, I'll buy a shirt as a souvenir. But anyways, when this shirt first came out, this was like before Vince stepped down and all that. And I was surprised to see a shirt like this on a PG product. A show that was dedicated to families and kids and whatnot. So when a grown parent sees a shirt like this, you would think that would be a bit of a turnoff, right? Wow. So I was completely surprised when this shirt first came out. I'm like, whoa, this is like the first non-PG thing WWE has done in a long time. Granted, WWE is notoriously known for making bad shirts and some being a little more PG than others. But this shirt, given the history with RVD, given the history with so much other characters that involved the WEED, I don't know what I can say or cannot say on YouTube anymore. It's a horrible algorithm. But with that being said, it's just weird that a product like WWE would just bring that back. I don't know. It just fascinates me that a shirt like that came out, especially in a time when they're not doing so well in the ratings and whatnot. I mean, now it's gotten better, don't get me wrong, but when the shirt first came out, I'm not going to lie, the show was still not so watchable for me. Granted, I still have not been watching the show, but I've been seeing the highlights. I've been seeing all the stuff on Twitter. I've been seeing what I need to see, and I am happy. I am ultimately happy because competition drives WWE to be better. You have AEW that's doing a lot better than it used to be, and now with new management in WWE, you got a lot of more people grinding and making the product a lot better than what it was originally. You just love to see it. You just love to see wrestling get better for everyone. Except whatever's going on in backstage of AEW. You don't know what is and is not true. It could all be realsies. We just don't know. That is the fun of wrestling, isn't it? Just kayfabe. You don't know what is and isn't real. You don't know if MJF's just playing it all along. Anyways, we have gone through the KSI versus Swarms and the KSI versus Louis or Lewis or whatever fight. And man, that Louis guy was a lot skinnier than I thought he would be. And I still haven't had an update in regards to why he was suspended in Canada. which is a bit of a weird one. And, of course, after KSI beat Swarms and this Louis guy who did nothing but complain about getting hit in the back of the head. Granted, I think I did see a shot once or twice where he got hit in the back of the head, but that's about it. He just kept complaining every time he did get punched on the side of his face. Like, oh, that was on the back of my head. No, it was your face. But, yeah, no. That was fascinating. Deji finally got the dub against Fuzi. Now, it was annoying that some of these matches were 3 rounds and 4 rounds, but at the same time, that actually made the product a little bit more entertaining. Sorry if you are a person who enjoys 6 rounds, but I feel like with 3 rounds, you're going to have 2 people that are going to try to get this dub quickly. You're going to have 2 people who are going to try to eliminate each other as quickly as they can. And I feel like this is a part of a process where these boxers are going to have to go at it. If you go 6 rounds, it's like you got all the time in the world to do whatever. No one's going to be rushing anything, and that's when cowardice plays the part of boxing, and that's where people will start playing either defensively or offensively, and they'll start to be all prestigious and all that. But with 3 rounds, you're going to have 2 people who are just going to try to eliminate each other. And so I feel like that just makes the fight more entertaining, because if these fights gone 6 rounds or whatever, I feel like these matches wouldn't happen as entertaining. That's just my opinion. You could say differently. You could say whatever. I know a lot of these matches ended in KOs, TKOs, but it just, I don't know. Maybe the results would have been different. I just think 3 rounds was a perfect, spot. So, wow, isn't it embarrassing that Swarms did better than the Louise guy? Like, Swarms, he may have cowarded a lot, but he wasn't complaining. He was there for the fight. I don't know. It's just interesting to me. Deji wins against Fuzi. That, I think, should have been the main event. A lot of people have agreed that this was probably the match of the card. You can debate. Everyone has different opinions with the prior matches, because there are some matches that are better than others, but I think people have been wanting Deji to win for the longest time. And this is his professional debut, not an amateur fight. Amateur fights and professional fights don't count together. They are counted separately, which is fine by me. And what a way for a professional debut, putting it all on the line and getting that dub, that huge dub. Way to go, Deji. So much things going on in the YouTube world. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that KSI won twice. Not that I was expecting much after Swarms. And a lot of, I do wonder, who was KSI's previous opponent before Louis guy? Wasn't he like a Bulgarian dude who was a white supremacist? Yeah, ain't that a thing? To have thought that. Why would a tattoo artist want to put that on someone's body to begin with? That's just wrong to me. That is completely wrong. And who would want that? Who in the right mind would think, oh yeah, I'm going to have this tattoo, and then I'm going to box. I'm going to box in front of people with this tattoo. Ain't that just embarrassing? Embarrassing yourself. Why? It's sick. Absolutely sick. Disgusting. I would have loved to have seen KSI beat him. But at the same time, this dude doesn't deserve to get paid. This dude doesn't deserve to have a global audience watching him. If you're going to have a tattoo like that, get out of here. But at the same time, this Bulgarian dude, I think he's Bulgarian, or whatever he is, he did look a little tougher. He did look a little more expertise into the game. He does have more experience into the game with like 3 wins and 16 losses. I mean, gosh, with a record like that, I would just stop. Just stop. I would just give up boxing. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how much the dude would get paid just for fighting at low areas. But, some people don't make the brightest decisions in the world either. A lot of people have been dumb. Just dumb lately. But anyways, it would have been nice to see KSI destroy that dude nonetheless. Yeah, and then of course you got the beef between KSI and Jake Paul. And it's interesting that Jake Paul has been tweeting against KSI about how, oh, KSI is just facing weak little opponents. Well, Jake Paul, isn't that what you've been doing? Isn't that exactly what Jake Paul has been doing the past few fights, is defeating random people? Granted, Tyson Woodley, he's a step up from all the other fighters that Jake's been against, like Nate Robinson or whatever. But, it's funny to me that Jake was supposed to fight Tommy Fury, and I was pretty excited for that match. And then he backed down twice. And then Jake Paul, after that, tries to ruin KSI's event. I'm pretty excited for where Misfits Boxing is going to go to. I'm pretty excited to see where all this celebrity boxing is going, or influence boxing. That's what they're calling it, by Misfits Boxing. They have a good partnership going on with DAZN. It's going to be interesting to see where that is going, and I cannot wait. Guys, I think I'm done talking. I've talked a lot about some of the stuff. I've been gibbering a lot. But these podcasts here have been helping me try to talk more and be into subjects, and just, it's a good thinking process. And even if I'm on the bottom of the barrel, I will say I'm the #1 wrestling podcast in the world, even though I'm part YouTube. But I do thank you for listening to me. I do thank you for being part of this journey. I will see you guys next week, whenever that may be. We'll talk more about different subjects of what's going on with wrestling, because so much things can happen within a week in the wrestling world. It's so weird. We'll see if anything happens with YouTube. But for now, I do hope you guys have a good rest of your day, night, morning, whatever, whenever, however. Go to bed.